Hello everyone, my name's A.A.A. Welcome to another episode of A.A.A. Army's Archive, where I showcase some of my subscribers' gameplay from my subscribers that is just next level, really good. And here we do indeed have a legitimate quad MOAB within a regular 6 versus 6 domination game. There's nothing dodgy about it. It's completely real, the title does not lie, and what you're going to see here is one player get 4 MOABs within one 6 versus 6 domination game. Now, as you can see here, this video is long. It's almost 11 minutes long, so I've got loads of time to talk about loads of things for you guys. I'm going to go over the class he's using. I'm going to go over how he went about and actually got all of these MOABs within one game. I'm going to talk about his channel a little bit, and then right at the end I'm just going to talk generally about my channel and sort of summertime, just because I've got so much time to chat to you guys. But recently there's been a few videos from me which you may have missed. There's one about Black Ops 2 and news and information about the zombies and multiplayer reveal this year, so definitely check that out if you're interested in Black Ops 2. And there's also been one of my survival mode videos gone up recently. I haven't done a survival mode video in a long time, and I know a lot of you guys are looking forward to that. If you've never watched one of my survival mode videos before, then definitely go and check it out and give it a watch, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it, so definitely check out those 2 videos. So let's jump into it first of all with the class that the player here, I'm really going to pronounce his name wrong. I think it's Raimpstage. It's hard to pronounce, but definitely check out his channel in the description. I'll talk more about his content in a second. But the actual loadout he's using here is the MP7 with rapid fire, extended mags. His secondary is the MP9 silenced, and he's using recon, hardline, and sitrep as his main 3 perks. Now, I'm sure you've heard a lot of commentators talk about it before, but sitrep is a fantastic perk. I've talked about it several times since the recent update, which has buffed sitrep, which means you can now hear dead silence users a lot louder, and it's just generally a really good perk. Now, to get some issues out of the way with the gameplay here, it is on PC, so it may look a little bit different. On the left you've got a really large kill feed. That's because he simply changed his settings. I think he's downloaded some sort of mod. It just allows him to see more of the kill feed, and it lasts, I think, infinitely. It literally just scrolls down once someone is killed or once someone dies, so that's why there's a larger kill feed there. And you can click in the bottom right at any period throughout the video to check out his channel. Now, the great thing about this gameplay is not just the fact that the gameplay itself is awesome, but the fact that the player behind this gameplay has a consistent upload basis where, all of his content is really good. It's not like he's gone out and gotten a quad MOAB and that's all that's on his channel. If you go onto his channel, he has crazy single live MOABs, he's got double, triple MOABs, and I believe at the time of putting this video up there should be a silenced holographic KSG MOAB. I apologise if that is incorrect, but if you head over to his channel right now, you'll be able to see that gameplay. It will have gone up just at the same time this gameplay will have gone up, and the whole point of A.A.A. Army Archive is featuring not only good players and good gameplays, but a channel that needs a little bit of a kickstart that I believe can do well in the future. And with a channel like this that does have so many MOABs on there, I think you'll really enjoy his content. So, as I mentioned, there's been a bit of controversy about players that force their subscribers and force their teammates to use a support package just to help them out. Now, I fully understand that forcing people to play in a certain way isn't great at all. You should be playing the games exactly how you want to be playing them. But in this gameplay, getting a quad MOAB, it will take you so long to do in 6 versus 6 domination. If you're just trying to do it normally, it's going to be frustrating and really tough. And the point of this gameplay is the fact that this player is a really good player anyway. He doesn't need support players to get single or double MOABs. He can do that anyway. He just needed that extra support to get a quad MOAB, which I fully understand. I'm sure you guys will fully understand. Getting 4 MOABs in one game is not an easy feat at all. But what I also want to talk about is how this gameplay has been formed, how they've made sure that there's a sort of controlled environment in a way to make this MOAB go as smoothly as possible. So, as I said, you want to be getting a MOAB around every 50 points or so. If you're doing that, then you know that you're onto a winner. And so far we've had 1 MOAB which has been gotten, which just hasn't been called in yet. Of course, the MOABs aren't being called in because it's going to put off the enemy players. If a MOAB has been called in, it's going to make them rage quit, and we want the players to stay in this game for as long as possible. And of course, because of the way that the domination spawns work, the player here is sticking to this area because they have just A, and his teammates are looking after B and C for him. When the enemies just have A, we know or pretty much guarantee that the enemies are going to be spawning in the area just behind him here, or the area he's shooting into. It's a nice and controlled area because there's only 3 main passages to escape, one off to the side which isn't covered very much, but then the 2 main passages to his right here, which if you control down, if you lock down, then you know you're going to have a good idea of where the enemies are going to be coming from, and you can basically funnel them through those areas and pick them off nice and easily. Of course, it sounds easy, I guess, when you break it down like this, but you've got to remember you've got to be so consistent. You've got to be going on 4 25 gun streaks within one game, which is just ridiculous in itself. Now the player here, I've actually been talking to him about putting a gameplay on my channel for A.A.A. Army's Archive for a long time now. It just happened that because I hadn't done one of his older gameplays, I think he sent me a knife only game MOAB, a pistol only MOAB, and a shotgun gun silenced only MOAB, but it came to a point where I hadn't uploaded, this is the second MOAB here, I hadn't uploaded any of his gameplays yet for A.A.A, and he basically sent me a message saying he was attempting to go for a quad MOAB, and I was like, you're insane, it's going to be so annoying, do you really want to do this? And he was determined to do it, and he spent a few days, I think it may have only been a few days since I talked to him, it wasn't too long, maybe a week or so. Finally he jumped on Skype one day and he said, I've got the quad MOAB, and I thought, that's just ridiculous, I've got to showcase this for my subscribers and just show you the potential of how great you can be at Modern Warfare 3 and the sort of players that are out there. And of course this gameplay is on PC as well, and I do actually have Modern Warfare 3 on PC. I actually have a few gameplays saved up from PC Modern Warfare 3, which I'm going to share with you guys at some point in the near future, because PC is really awesome, the controls are very smooth, very nice, and the sort of skill gap on PC is a lot greater because you have a higher potential to be greater at the game because of the mouse and keyboard. You can aim a lot quicker and smoother, but the whole discussion of console versus PC is not something we can get into. They're all great, whichever one you prefer to play on is awesome. Now the great thing with the MP7 and rapid fire and extended mags is that the MP7 fires really quickly anyway. Now putting on rapid fire doesn't increase it by a huge amount, but it puts it at a point where it outguns almost every other gun in the game apart from the PP90, I think. And because of that speed, and because of course with attachments he's got extended mags and rapid fire on, when you've got rapid fire on and extended mags, you're shooting the gun so quickly that in those close quarters combat situations you're able to get in extra bullets in a shorter amount of time, and of course at longer range, as long as you're tap firing nicely, and of course Raimps here on the PC can control his fire nicely, you're able to get a good firing rate at long distances as well. Now there's a point which I've cut out where actually he goes on a 7 gun streak, and he gets a specialist bonus and then dies, but that's the only streak within this gameplay where he doesn't get a MOAB. The other, as you can see here, this is the 3rd MOAB. The other 4 streaks he gets a MOAB within all of them. So now we're running a bit behind time actually, because there's 157 points winning for their team. Of course, the enemy now has 2 captured flags, which basically means the gameplay is going to slow down a little bit because the capturing of the flags are going to slow down a little bit, which is awesome. But pressure's on. Imagine being told you only have 40 points left in the game and you've got to get a 25 gun streak to get that quad MOAB. It's going to be really tough. Now, the player does actually have his own version of a commentary over this gameplay where he talks about his point of view of how he got the gameplay, what he and his teammates did, his thoughts on, using support and such. I definitely recommend you check out that gameplay as well, so you can hear directly from the player what he's thinking and how he went about getting this gameplay. But a really good point he does make is about the class you actually use to get MOABs and to get good gameplays. It's all about basically your comfort zone. And you see players using the MP7, the ACR a lot, and of course they are really good guns, but I've also mentioned in the video before that the G36C is a really underused gun, and there are guns out there where if you use them a lot and you have a good feeling with them and you do well with them, then sticking with those guns, the guns that you do well with, is definitely the best idea. And don't feel that you have to go out of your comfort zone just to get a MOAB or a good gameplay. You don't feel you have to copy other commentators or other setups you see. If you have a setup which you really enjoy, then stick with it. If you want, you can share your setups in the comments of this video as well. Leave a comment below, let me know what kind of setup you rock all the time. Maybe it's a sniper setup, maybe it's an LMG setup. I don't use LMGs personally very much when I play Modern Warfare Warfare 3, but maybe you do. And that's the great thing about Modern Warfare 3, is that there is such variety when it comes to multiplayer, and you get players out there that are better with certain classes that other people wouldn't be quite as good at. Now, we've talked about the gameplay for a long time here, but I'm sure a lot of you guys have a few questions about how you can actually enter your own gameplay into A.A.A. Army Archive. I do want to point out to make it clear that I won't do a lot of these videos. I've only done 4 in the past, and it has to be a ridiculous gameplay with a channel behind it that's doing really well with consistent content on it. But there are 2 ways you can enter. One, you can actually message me on YouTube with the title of the YouTube message actually being the score of the gameplay, and the message having a link to the YouTube video, which I can then have a look at and download if need be, and with a quick sort of description of what the gameplay is all about. But that's probably the worst way to go about it. I don't want my messages being spammed up too much of those kind of messages, so the better way is to actually contact me through Twitter. All you got to do is just send me a message on Twitter with a link to the video, with the score of the actual video itself, and a brief bit of information about the video. Feel free to send me a few tweets, that's not a problem at all. But that's probably the best way to actually contact me. And I know a lot of you guys are interested in the HD PVR giveaway. That is going to be happening very, very soon. I do apologise for the fact it's so late, but just after I showed my face and said to you guys I'd give away a free HD PVR, all my exams kicked in, and now I'm currently on holiday, but I will get that video out to you guys as soon as I come back from holiday, so definitely look forward to that. So the gameplay is coming to an end here. Really hope you guys have enjoyed. Hit that like button if you had, and as I said already, definitely check out the players channel. If we could hit something ridiculous like 8,000, 10,000 likes, something like that, I know the player would really appreciate it, and it'd just be really awesome. So thank you very much, guys. The gameplay is just finished here. The final score was 92-4. Crazy score margin. All of the assists there, 23 in total, actually helped towards the MOAB itself. You're probably wondering why there isn't 100 kills, because 4 times 25 equals 100. But that's because, of course, with Hardline Pro, 2 assist counters, 1 kill. But on screen here, you can check out some survival mode gameplay, some Black Ops 2 information as well. Really hope you guys have enjoyed this episode of A.A.A. Definitely check out the player. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Let me know your favourite class setup, what you think of this quad MOAB gameplay, and I'll see you on my next video.